This is why we got to go out of our way to make sure we bear forth fruit, Israel. It's very important. Let's go. What's that water? What else do a plant need to grow?
It need light.
It need
water.
light and water. Let's see what the water is that we need. Let's go to John 4 and 14. The book of John, chapter 4 and 14.
John chapter 4 and 14. But whatsoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
You see that? So Hamashiach is the one that provides the water for us. You see that? To help us grow as tall trees of choice vine in his garden. That's a beautiful blessing right there. Let's take a look at Galatians 5, chapter 5 and verse 19. Let's see some of the fruits that the Most High wants us to have dangling from off of our limbs.
5 and 19?
Yes, indeed.
Galatians 5 and 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envying, murder, drunkenness, reveling, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Now you see, all of these wicked acts are totally against the laws of the Most High. You dealing with any of this madness, you can cut yourself right up out of the kingdom of the Most High. You will be that withered branch cut off and exactly, completely cut off. Read on.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
You see that? So again, these are the fruits of the Spirit. But in order for you to develop these fruits of the Spirit, you have to have what?
The law.
The law. So all you Christians that love to run into this and say, hey, well, we got, we don't deal with the fruits of the Spirit and so on and so forth. The only way you're going to bring forth fruits from the Spirit is if you have that law sown into you, just like 2nd Ezra states, in your heart. That's the only way you're going to exhibit these things. If not, you're going to be wicked, period. And that's why a lot of our people that's caught up in this religious world are still bearing false fruits, those fruits that the Most High is not going to deal with at all. This is why this is important. Let's check out this parable. Let's go to Matthew 13 and 24. In fact, if you want to expound on this, I'll read it for you. It's the parable of the Tares.
Okay, but all right, go ahead.
You ready?
Yep.
The book of Matthew. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wrong book. The book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field.
So this is a parable again. He's saying that the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man who sowed his seeds into a field. Read.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way.
So look at it like this. The Most High has a garden. We know the Most High don't work in great numbers. He uses the smallest, the fewest, the things that's reviled to the other nations, the smallest parts. So look at it like this. The Most High got a garden, and he planted in 1,000 seeds in the garden. But Satan comes along and plants millions of seeds in the same garden, and he mixes it all up. He mixes it all up, which means he have way more plants in the garden. Let's keep reading. Go ahead.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
So right there, it's bearing fruit, but the tare is right there with it, and it looked kind of similar. Read. 27.
Verse 27. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? From where does it have tares?
So didn't you only plant 1,000 seeds in here? So where all these other plants come from? I can't really tell them the difference. Read.
He said to them, An enemy has done this.
The enemy, the adversary has done this. Read.
The servant said to him, Will you then that we go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them.
So, no, don't even do that. Because right now they look too much alike. You can't really tell them apart. So we're going to leave them in there until they grow forth, and we'll see which one of them bear fruit. Which one of them bear righteous fruit. Is these good grapes or the ones that to be thrown into the wine press? But if we tear them up too fast, we gonna rip up that 1,000 seeds that the Most High put in there. Read.
Verse 30. Let both grow together until the harvest.
Until what?
Until the harvest.
Until the harvest. Read.
And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather you together first the tares, and bind them.
And do what?
And bind them.
Gather the tares. All of these people that's in the Most High's garden that do not bring forth fruit, you are considered the tares. He's going to send the angels forth to reap you and bind you and do what?
And burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn.
But gather the wheat into my barn. So again, the wheats and the tares is growing right with each other. You got the good fruit and the bad fruit walking side by side. Some of them the same congregation doing the same work. But until the only way he says, you shall know them by their fruit. Read.
I'm going to drop down to verse 36. Then Hamashiach Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came to him saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field.
So now they asking them, please explain to us what you was talking about. Make it plain to us. Read.
Verse 37. He answered and said to them, He that sows the good seed is the Son of Man.
He that sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. I sowed this good seed. Read.
The field is the world.
The field is the entire world. Read.
The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one.
So again, he planted way more seeds. He do things in abundance. He say quantity over quality. Read.
The enemy that sowed them is the devil.
Is who?
The devil.
Read on.
The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels.
And the reapers are the angels. Go ahead.
As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world.
So he's giving you a picture of the end times coming. If your fruit ain't righteous fruit, you got it coming. You're going to be thrown into that furnace of affliction and burned. Read.
The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity.
So all of the fruits, again, if they don't bear seeds. So now when you go to the grocery store, put it on another level, and you go and pick up the grapes, and it says seedless.
Wow.
This is no good. He told you back in Genesis, every fruit bearing seed within itself.
Exactly.
So when you go and you crack that watermelon and you think it's so convenient, and you pop that boy open and it don't got no seeds, oh my goodness, this is the best. I don't got no seeds. I can just eat.
Abomination.
It's an abomination. It's not from the Most High. Hamashiach didn't sow that seed. Read.
The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
To what?
A furnace of fire.
Topeth. Read.
There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
That's what it's going to be. Wailing and gnashing of teeth. So again, you shall know a tree by its fruit.
Exactly.
No man can escape it. He can say all he want to say with his mouth, but his actions is going to show his fruit.
Exactly. Let's get into a little bit more. Let's take a look at how the Most High compares us, the garden, and these other nations as being the wild olive trees. Let's go to Romans 11. The book of Romans chapter 11, and we'll pick it up at the 16th verse. This is very key to truly understand what's going on with our nation as a people. You know what I'm saying? So that you know what these Gentiles have done to us. You know what I'm saying? Because these people have, through their great pride, they have destroyed us. They have whitewashed the truth. They have went out of their way to totally eradicate our nation. But check out what the Most High led the Apostle Shaul, a.k.a. Paul, to say.
Romans chapter 11 and 16. For it, the first fruit, being Kadesh, the lump is also Kadesh.
So who's the first fruit?
Hamashiach.
Hamashiach. So he was Kadesh. He was set apart. He did those things that was proper in the sight of the Most High. That means that when we link back into him, we become Kadesh. Read on.
And if the root be Kadesh, so are the branches.
So once again, because of his righteousness, now we stand forth righteous. Now he has given us the ability through the Spirit to turn our minds just like his, so that the Most High can look at us and say, my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased, just like he did Hamashiach.
Right.
Read on.
And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree.
Now he's speaking to these Romans here, these natural born Romans that want to take on this truth. And this goes for all these other nations. Read.
Were grafted in among them, and with them partakers of the root and the fatness of the olive tree.
Now what is this talking about? When you accept Hamashiach and you take on the commonwealth, those things that have been promised to the nation of Israel. When we have wicked that have been cut off. The Most High, because of his love for those that will love him, he'll graft them in. So you partake in what the Most High has promised the nation of Israel through Hamashiach. Read on.
Boast not against the branches.
Do what?
Boast not against the branches.
The Most High told these Gentiles, don't boast against the branches. But what did they do? They boasted. These people have constructed a complete pagan religion and based it off of our scriptures. They renamed the Son of the Most High. They changed the Shabbat day. These people's list of iniquities go on and on. That's their boasting. And in their pride, they sit and act like they have the truth. And they don't. None whatsoever.
Again, the people that was behind having him murdered, the Romans, now they all of a sudden are the authority in the world. I'm the man. The Pope say, I'm the man. You a filthy Roman.
Exactly. But I'm the vicar of Christ. Oh, my goodness. Read on. That's their boasting that he's talking about. And they were warned not to do that. Read.
Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root.
You bear not the what?
Beareth not the root.
You get the boasting against the branches of the Most High? You don't have the roots. You don't have the Messiah. So do these Gentiles, these Euro-Gentiles and so on and so forth, do they really have the Messiah? No. They have an imposter that they got sitting up there. That stringy-head Roman that they renamed Jesus.
But the root thee. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in.
Ain't that what they say? The nation of Israel was cut off, that we can come in. Now we the Christians, we represent all the promises that's written in the scriptures. It's a lie. It's plainly telling you that. And that's what they believe in their mind. So much, in fact, these people been lying so much. In fact, you got these Gentiles, these British Israelite cats, British Israelism believers